Whenever I'm with you, I'm home. A Marvel fanfiction written on O3 by marvelous_writer. The link for this fanfiction will be in the description box below, so I encourage you all to go check it out. Peter is taken out of a light doze from his bedroom door slowly opening as Coney comes in. "Sorry, Pete," Tony apologizes with a wince. "I've got to fix that thing," he says as he walks over to the side of the bed and places a steaming mug of tea down the nightstand, Peter's favorite Mandalorian mug that Tony gave him for Christmas last year. "No, I kinda like to squeak. It's Tommy," Peter says. Tony smiles warmly as he takes the seat and the chair he set up next to Peter's bed yesterday when Peter first arrived at the lake house after he took a particularly embarrassing and nasty dive down the apartment stairwell back at home. Peter wishes it wasn't true, that he sprained his ankle in a cooler fashion, like a daredevil stunt at Spider-Man gone wrong or something, but nope. It was just him being his usual clumsy self and a daily dose of some good old Parker luck. Peter's ankle gives off a harsh throb, radiating all the way up his leg and down the tip of his big toe. As if he needs a reminder, Peter lets out a small hiss of pain through his gritted teeth, weakly clenching his fists in the blanket. "How's your ankle doing with the heating pad?" Tony asks, brows pulled together in both sympathy and concern. "A little better, I guess, but it still hurts," Peter admits miserably. "I'm so sorry, bud," Tony says as he hands Peter his tea. "Bruce is stopping by tomorrow to take a look at it, and is going to refill all your pain meds. All we can do in the meantime is ice it, heat it, and make sure you rest up." Peter takes a few cautious sips from his mug before letting out a small, sad sigh. "I don't like sitting around like this. I'm missing out on summer." "I know, kiddo, but with your super healing, you'll be out there swimming in the lake with Morgan in no time. I'll tell you what. How about I set up a deck outside under the gazebo tomorrow, so you can get some fresh air and sun, and maybe some ice cream after dinner?" Tony suggests. Peter raises an eyebrow at him. "I'm 18, not 8. Tony lets out a small chuckle at that. "Pete, you're never too old to get ice cream. You know Happy goes nuts over his Captain Marvel mocha chip." Peter breathes out a laugh. "That's true." "Yeah, just don't tell May. I think Happy's got a bit of a crush on Carol, based on how he fangirls over her whenever she stops by the compound," Tony adds with a grin. "Believe me, she knows," Peter responds, still smiling. They settle into a comfortable silence for the next few minutes, sitting back as they listen to the crickets outside. It's peaceful. Peter closed his eyes a while ago, as he lets himself get swallowed up by the warm, cozy, and safe atmosphere. It's the first of many reasons why he loves it here at the lake house. It's so warm and inviting. It just feels like home. The lake house is his home. And if he's being completely honest, wherever Tony, Pepper, Morgan, May, and Happy are, he's home. Peter slowly opens his eyes when he feels fingers slowly card through his hair, only to find Tony smiling softly down at him. Peter returns it with a small smile of his own. "Getting sleepy?" Tony asks softly. Just a little," Peter mumbles. "You should get some sleep, kiddo," Tony tells him, as he extracts himself a half-empty mug from Peter's hands and places it back on the nightstand, while he continues to run his fingers through Peter's curls with his other hand. "I'll stay until you're asleep." Peter hums in response, as he lets the heavy eyelid slide shut, his consciousness floating away from him with each stroke of Tony's fingers through his hair, as well as the throbbing in his ankle. It's Tony's and May's secret weapon they use whenever they try to get him to fall asleep, and it works like a charm every time. "Good night, Pete. I love you, kiddo," he hears Tony softly say to him before his consciousness slips away completely, and he falls into a deep, comfortable slumber.